Welcome back, legends. Today we got something really cool. So here we got a 2018 KTM 150 that I just picked up. Now, I bought this bike blown up. So the story I was told is he was riding along, he was riding track, riding it pretty hard, and then on the way back to the car, after already getting off the track, it heat seized, apparently. Now, he's already gone through and bought all the replacement parts necessary, like a new crank, new piston, bearings, etc, etc, etc. Now, I'm a bit sus when someone goes and buys all the parts, does all the work, but then doesn't put it back together. Why is this? So, I got this bike for an absolute steal, and I'm going to be taking you guys through the process as I go through, rebuild this, find out what's wrong with it, and who knows, the bumps we'll find along the way. And it's a great learning process. It's a great way to make some money. It's a great way to have some fun. So let's step you guys through it now. First up on the list, we have the gearbox. This was completely disassembled when I got the bike. So I've reassembled it now, and I've found out we're missing a few little washers, and I'm also missing here, the small guide that goes onto here. So I'm not sure if this is first gear or if that's top gear, but we're missing that drive gear. So it's unfortunate that we're missing some of these small things, but I already knew with a cheap bike that's in boxes, it's all this stuff, the previous owner moved house while the thing was in pieces. So it's got parts everywhere and it's really messy, unfortunately. So I know I'm missing that gear as well as a few spacers. So now I'm going to go and get those on order. I've gone through and I've cleaned up my cases. These were absolutely disgusting. Keep in mind, when this person pulled this bike down, it was back in about 2023 or so. So this bike has been pulled down for a long time. Its engine's been out, it's been sitting. So there's been a lot of grime that's built up, a lot of dirt and dust. So the previous owner installed new bearings in it. But from sitting, we've got a bit of surface rust as well as dirt all throughout them. So they've got to have a major cleanup. I've already given them a brief degrease with a toothbrush, but those need to be cleaned more majorly. This crank, again, it's a brand new crank. It's looking nice. Then we have a lot of these other parts that are really dirty and grimy. We got boxes of random parts, just going through and trying to sort out what I have and what I don't have. Once we got a baseline of what's here, what's not here, we can start stepping into actually reassembling and rebuilding. And also another thing that's really good is just to inspect your parts. So we have the barrel here, and I've already inspected this. This barrel is reusable. I don't need to go and get it re-sleeved or anything. So this was a huge bonus when buying this bike, knowing that the top end's okay, we have a new piston, we have the new crank, there's no cracks in the cases, and most of the parts are here. We're just missing some of these little minor parts. So guys, what I've done here is I've just done a dry fit. So I have the crank sitting in there, got the clutch sitting on there, got a few little gears in there, got the gearbox together, or the most part of what I have at the moment. So I've got this all just sitting together, and obviously I haven't got the cases together. There's no gasket or anything in there. I am simply at the moment just figuring out what I'm missing, assembling it far enough so I can understand, am I missing parts for my clutch? Am I missing parts for my Kickstarter? Just figuring out what parts I'm missing for what part of the motor. So once I'm finished this, I'm going to disassemble it again, go through, label which parts go where, then go through and order the appropriate parts that I'm missing. For example, I found out I'm missing second gear, and then go through, order the appropriate parts, come back once the parts are here, reassemble, ta-da, we can go and move back onto the top end. I'm just looking at my cylinder, and as I'm preparing this, all ready to go back together for when I get my new parts, I'm just going to go here and get a nice flat razor and go through and get all this old gasket off the mating surface of this barrel. Then I'm going to go and pull this head off, get these O-rings out of here, just clean everything up. It's now a few days later, got this engine all pulled apart, degreased. So I've gone through and degreased all these parts, cleaned up these cases, cleaned up every little piece. I want to make sure that when I'm ready to put this engine back together, everything's clean. I'm keeping it in an airtight container to make sure I don't get any specks of dust or anything where they're not meant to be. So here, I just have the cases test fit together just to see what parts I'm missing. So I've gone through and ordered all the missing parts for the engine and the rest of the bike. So got all this stuff just sitting in here, and this is just its resting place for now. Got my clutch pack just sitting in a little bit of oil. Keep those nice and wet. And then now, while I have nothing else to do, I'm going to go take my new piston, check my ring gap inside my cylinder, and then get that piston inside the cylinder ready to go and get this engine straight back together and get it running as soon as possible.